Okie dokie. Sabrina here. First off, I'd like to apologize for the cat. He will not leave me alone. So it looks like Footprint's going to be in the video with us. So this video is for the International Partners Program. And my partner's name was Alejandro Ariola, I believe. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. So a little bit about him and what we talked about. He's 17, and it's his first year at West Valley, and he's been here for 4 years, and he went to Prospect High School. He is from Toluca, Mexico, so he is Mexican. And some of the things that he likes to do are play soccer. We also talked about some of his values in the first meeting, and some of his values included hard work, schooling, education, soccer, family. He even threw in a good burrito as a value. So some things that he told me about his culture was that there's lots of good food, lots of good music, they like to dance, a bunch of good stuff like that. And the thing that excited me about, having someone who is from a Mexican culture is because they are a contact culture. So they're very close, they like to talk together, and that is how my culture is. And so, I was really excited to have someone to talk to that is the same culture or has the same characteristics in their culture. And I was also really excited because I know I have, hello, San Jose has a bunch of Mexican people, and it's a really rich culture, and it's very lively, and I was excited to work with him because of that. Some of the things that we had in common were that he values family and education. Those are a couple of things that I value as well. I think it's really important. And also at the first meeting, I didn't really know him very well, so one thing I tried to do was avoid saying anything that might offend him or anything that he might take the wrong way, because I didn't want any problems. So on our second meeting, we talked about some challenges and whatnot. Some of the challenges that he had mentioned is that when he came here, he spoke no English, and for that, it was hard for him because, he was put into high school, and he didn't know how to talk to anyone. He didn't know what the teachers were talking about. He had no idea. So he was telling me, that was a challenge for him, so learning in high school, and how he overcame that was by making friends. And so what he did was he would make friends with people that spoke Spanish, and, they would help him out like that. They would tell him what was going on. They'd also talk to the teachers. They'd help him, they try to help him, but he was telling me, they don't speak Spanish as much. And that got me thinking about, the actual students, and I think it's really good that, the students were bilingual. They spoke English and Spanish, and I think that was really great that he was able to understand what was going on in the class because of those students. So that's another intercultural characteristic, is it? I don't know. And on the third meeting, we talked about our goals and whatnot, some short-term, long-term, all that good stuff. So some of his short-term goals were to graduate from West Valley. And one of his long-term goals was to be a soccer player. He is absolutely obsessed with soccer. He loved it, played it in high school, plays it right now at West Valley. And he tells me he's pretty good at it, so I'll believe him. And within the next 10 years, if he has the money and a good career, it was really funny. He wants to find a quote-unquote pretty girl. That was really cute when he said that. So he wants to marry a pretty girl, and more mentally speaking, I don't know the correct term for it, but he wants to be more open to people, be more open to their ideas, and just to listening to them. Let me think. So some of the goals that we shared were that we both wanted to transfer out of West Valley and go to a 4-year university. Obviously, lots of people want to do that. Let me see. Also when he was talking to me, he was telling me about, what he wants in the future. He wants, his family, he wants a nice house, he wants 2 to 3 kids, which is another, thing that we shared together, 2 to 3 kids. But it really, made me think of, how does that pertain to the class? And something that I thought about was ethnocentrism and how, we would expect someone who was not born here to be very ethnocentric, and he's not. He's actually completely the opposite. He really, it seemed like he was into the American dream. That was it. He wanted the family, a nice house, and 2 to 3 kids. American dream. And so that showed that he wasn't, very ethnocentric. He loves where he's from, but he sees the opportunities here that America has for him, and I thought, that's really great for a young person to know that they're not bitter at either country. And also, another career that he had talked about was being an architect, and I thought that was really great because something that I've noticed, I know a lot of people that work in construction, and something that I've noticed is a lot of people in construction speak Spanish, and so I think, that would be something that would work out well for him because he is, bilingual, he knows Spanish and he knows English, so if he wants to be an architect later, that would work out for him. For my overall experience of the project, actually I was really nervous when you told us, Mina, that we were going to have to do a project with people that didn't speak English, and I was freaking out, and it was actually really great. It was a really great experience. I realized that I had a lot in common with him, even though we're from different cultures. I think it's, also because our cultures are pretty similar, but, they also have very different elements. Something that, we had trouble with, not so much towards the end of the project, but more in the beginning and the middle, I found it hard to communicate with him a little bit because, we would throw out all the terms of what we needed to get for the paper, and he didn't really understand what I was talking about, and so I had to simplify it. And I think that's a really great learning lesson or teaching. I don't know. It was really great for me to learn, going into the project and being able to explain stuff like that to him without, being annoyed or upset that he didn't understand. And I think we developed a pretty good relationship. I see him around still, and, I always say hi to him. Sometimes we park next to each other, and, yeah. I enjoyed this experience, and I had lots of fun with it, and I actually wouldn't mind doing it again. And that is it. Peace out.